Hi friend, welcome to my channel, Starchaeology Tarot. I am Desi. I will be reading your cards this month, October. What an honor and a privilege to get to do that for you. How beautiful it is to get to connect with you in this way. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please take a moment and do that now, especially if you are a longtime fan of Starchaeology Tarot, checking out your monthly reading. That would mean a lot to me to have that kind of feedback and support from you. Also, if you have not checked out my Patreon yet, please scroll down and check out the link in the description box below. I have started a Patreon so that I can make this a more sustainable model for me and get to really it's so that I can offer you guys even more extensive and intensive tarot support. So it can be for as little as, the cost of a drink a month, that you can support this channel, support these monthly astrological videos, as well as readings for daily card pulls, pick a pile readings, specified readings in the realms of love, career, etc., etc. I also am offering personal, customized tiers at my Patreon for those of you who want opportunities to get personal readings from me on a monthly basis, and there are different price points for that too. So please check that out if you're someone who wants, a monthly personal tarot reading as guidance, whether it's just answering a question a month or getting a full deep dive 60-minute personal tarot reading every month. So far I have patrons on all three tiers. I'm so grateful to you if you are a patron. It is such a blessing to have you as part of the community over there, and I really, really am excited to see that community grow and hope that you'll join me over there. So please check that out. I do want to take a moment and just comment on the energies right now in October. I know that there are a lot of empathic, a lot of intuitive people tuning in to online tarot, and I'm sure you guys can feel it too. This is a pretty intense time right now. I think there's a massive awakening going on. And a lot of people are experiencing things coming up that need to be healed. So it means even more that you're joining me here at this time. I think these October readings are going to be really important for everyone. If you're looking at your sun sign, that is awesome, but know that these readings are good for your sun sign, moon, rising, and Venus. So if your sun sign isn't quite resonant, definitely check out your other placements. Especially depending on what's going on in your life. If you're having things happening right now a lot in the realm of partnership, friendship, love, check out your Venus. That might be the reading that is more resonant and important for you to hear right now. What resonates is what is meant for you, and what doesn't is not. So take what's yours and leave the rest. This is a low stakes situation, and I'm just hoping that I can offer you a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance, even if it's just a tiny little tidbit that does the trick. So on that note, thank you. I love you. And let's get to your reading, Pisces. I cannot wait to see what is in store for you this October. Pisces, this month, do not forget how powerful you are. Look at how far you have come. Look at what you have worked on up until this present moment, up until this month, and recognize that that has happened because of one reason: you. Everything good that has happened to you has happened because you have made that happen. And if you are not giving yourself the credit that you deserve, you're going to feel bad. You're going to suffer because you're not giving that love and recognition to yourself and to your higher self and to that connection that you have to the divine, to higher power. It's almost like you need that recognition more than ever, because challenges don't stop in life. You know, I think we're all waiting for that time where it's like we've healed enough, we've solved enough, that the challenges will just stop happening and then life becomes easy. Life can become easier, but it's not because the conditions around us change. It's because we change. And you have such an opportunity this October, this month, to recognize your innate power and reconnect with that at moments where you feel isolated, scared, alienated, alone, where you feel threatened and where you feel like you want to withdraw. You're going to feel that. You're in this your present moment right now, Pisces, is a time where it's almost like you are withdrawing as a protective mechanism, almost like the world is too much and it's like, I need to go into my cocoon right now. That's the only safe place that I have. It's the only place I can really feel safe. There's nothing wrong with withdrawing. There's nothing wrong with taking a break, being passive, especially because you've been so active in so many ways lately. But I guess the message that I'm hearing from the divine, Pisces, is don't misjudge someone or something as your enemy who is or that is not your enemy. The greatest threat to you right now are words and thoughts. And a lot of those words and thoughts could be coming from yourself. They could be coming from assumptions that you make based on what you think other people are thinking of you or what other people are saying to you. And you taking that in, internalizing it, and making conclusions about what those words mean for you. Almost allowing words to hurt you. And they don't have to. They don't have to at all. Your power as a magician, as this transmuter of energy and potential into action. Because that's the incredible thing about you lately, Pisces, is that you have been manifesting like it is your job. Like the tools that you've had at your fingertips, the potential that you have brought into reality. You are this kind of lightning, what's that called? A lightning rod. You are a conductor of that electricity, of that energy coming from the divine. And you're the connection between heaven and earth. And you, Pisces, more than any other sign in the zodiac, are that in every sense of the word. You're the 12th sign. You are closest. You are the most, I was about to say unhinged, but I don't mean that in a bad way. You're the least anchored to this realm, to this dimension. You are the one that is floating the highest. And that makes life hard for you in some way. That can be isolating for you in some way. That can make you feel alone. That can make you feel alienated. But again, that's you, but you still are on Earth. You still are here. So every time that you find yourself saying, well, I don't belong here, this is wrong for me, I'm an alien, like that's the rest of the world, and I'm here in my cocoon, I don't belong here, this isn't right for me. Remember that could be fear, that could be ego. That is not necessarily your truth. You are here on Earth. Yes, you may be the least anchored to this plane, but you are still here, which means you are supposed to be here. And that your specific perspective, your specific understanding and belief system, that's needed here. Especially when you find yourself in the minority, especially when you find yourself alone. That is needed here. That's why you are alone, because it's nobody else's job but yours to share that message, to share that perspective, to be the force that you see is absent in the community around you. The reason it's absent is because that's you. That's where you come in. And that's how powerful you are, Pisces. This is that magic. You think that you need to see it in other people in order to validate you being it, but that's just not true. You are stronger than you think. You are more magical than you think. You can be the only one. You can be the one leading the way in this way. And that can be enough to soften other people's hearts, to open other people's hearts, to change minds for the better, to move towards growth and enlightenment as a species and as a whole. So Pisces, what I'm seeing, is that the moments where you feel like you need to withdraw, or when you feel like you are alone, try your best to distinguish the line between withdrawal that is helpful, that is needed, versus being a martyr, like going into that place of feeling attacked and victimized. You can withdraw, you can take that time that you need for yourself, but don't start telling yourself stories about what that means about you and your purpose and your mission here. Because you are so much stronger than those lies. You are so much stronger than those stories that you are telling yourself. If you are telling a story that makes you, that puts you in a place of victimhood or weakness, that should be an alarm bell right off the bat that you are lying to yourself, because that's just not true. This is who you really are, Pisces. You are the magician. When you don't see magic, you make magic. That's just coming to me right now. When you don't see magic, you make the magic. So stop looking for it outside of yourself, and then using that as a way to feel bad about yourself when you don't see it. When you don't see it, that should just be affirming, Pisces. That should be affirming of who you are and how greatly you are needed here. The second half of this message, Pisces, is really important. These moments where you feel trapped, where you feel isolated, where you feel restricted, they are a test, of your personal power, your strength, your ability to create in spite of that obstacle. Remembering all of the resources that you have at your fingertips, remembering that you are connected to this infinite potential around you that is so much bigger than this, what is happening in this limited physical plane. So when you feel trapped in this limited physical plane, it is up to you to remember what is actually the truth of this, which is so much bigger than just what's existing in that tiny cocoon. What comes of this challenge for you, Pisces, is giving birth to a version of yourself where you are so much more self-reliant, self-dependable, and trusting of yourself and your divine higher self, your higher power. That's the you that emerges from this. Mother of Pentacles. This is all happening for you so that you can become the nurturer you are to others. You can become that for yourself. And when you feel trapped, you feel isolated, You feel restricted this month and scared, and like the whole world is there and you're over here. When you connect to that infinite power and that infinite potential, what emerges is a version of yourself so much freer than this Eight of Swords. What emerges is this Mother of Pentacles, where you realize that it doesn't matter how far isolated you are from the rest of the world, how different you are from everyone else. It doesn't matter if that truthfully is the case or if it's just in your head. What matters is how you take care of yourself in those moments, and whether you trust the voice in yourself that is coming from that higher place. Not the fearful voice, not the ego voice, but the voice that knows you're different and tells you this is a strength. The voice that knows that you're different and tries to spin it for you in a way that makes you feel expansive and open and full. This is about trusting that voice and becoming so much better at trusting that voice. So that when that voice speaks, you get quiet and you listen and you prioritize that voice above the voice that makes you feel like this. I see you really coming into this grounded place of self-trust, Pisces, in October, and having just so like you can trust the ground that you're standing on. Even if you are floating away, even if you are this alien from outer space, which I know as a Pisces, I feel like a lot of the time, I feel like I am an alien and I don't belong here. And it is because I think, we are floating so far, so we are the least attached to this plane. But how wonderful to embrace that part of yourself and also feel completely cradled, completely supported by the earth under your feet. To embrace that duality, the double fishes swimming in the opposite directions. That's a duality right there. That is part of who you are. It isn't one or the other, which means that when you connect to that part of yourself that feels alien, recognize it as magical and recognize it as a part of this greater whole. Not, oh, I'm this alien, that means I'm not connected to everyone else. That means the opposite. It means I don't belong here. No, you are that alien and you do belong here. That's the duality that you are embracing this month, Pisces. And it's the embracing of that duality too that helps expand you into the potential of what you can be and what you can do, the kind of mission you can accomplish here, the purpose that you can follow, and the power that you are really able to come into in this life, because you don't even know really how powerful you are yet. It's like, we need this reminder, like everything, like I said in the beginning of this reading, everything good happening, look at that and acknowledge it, because it's happened because of you. It's happened because of what you have manifested, Pisces. And start those affirmations with yourself, because that is, you have so much proof that should help you recognize your own power, and yet you don't yet. So this is a long-term process of you coming into that power, and you can come out of this month, October, feeling so much more trust in yourself, and it is a product of you feeling both alone and maybe separated from others, but not necessarily taking it to a negative extreme. Seeing the dark and the light in that. And embracing it. Pisces, this is like wild. This is wild, and there's really just so much, I think, to talk about here. But I hope that was clear. I hope there were tidbits in there that were really resonant with you. Please comment below and share if you want to open up your heart to me. I would love to hear, especially as a fellow Pisces. I am always looking for wisdom from other fellow Pisces who deal with this, who struggle with this on a daily basis, as I do. I would love to hear from you, whatever you feel open, willing to share. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. And again, please check out my Patreon in the link below. It would mean the world to me to see you there and to get to serve you in that way. Patreon is what's helping my tarot services grow, expand, and become more supportive for you. So if you can help support me in that way, it would mean so much for a few dollars a month. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And I'm rooting for you. I'll see you next time.